Welcome back. Elk Point, South Dakota in Union County has rich history dating back to the exploration of Lewis and Clark.
KTV's Clayton Anderson traveled to the Charles Murtha house to explore the town's history in this edition of Hometown History.
Sergeant Floyd, the only member of the Lewis and Clark exploration, died in Sioux City. 2 days after Floyd's death, Clark ordered a vote to select a new sergeant for the squad. That happened in the town of Elk Point, a rich history which is still preserved today.
Missouri River at that time was just across the road here. Now the Missouri River is 2 miles away. But anyway, down to the city park where they camped and had their election, they elected this replacement.
Inside the Charles Murtha house, the goal is to preserve history and to make the house look like it once did in the 1800s. Before COVID, there were weekly times the house would be staffed by the Union County Historical Society. But now you have to call for an appointment, and a group of volunteers led by Gerald Flannery take items from the public to display in the house and tell some stories like this one.
At one time, the river was cutting towards Elk Point. It was moving. That was back in the 1920s. And they thought that the river was going to take the town. And so a lot of the people, when people died here, the funerals, they took the bodies and had them buried in Sioux City someplace.
The history behind the house has significance too.
What the property is famous for is there were 2 brick kilns just west of the house out here. They hauled in clay and made clay bricks and sold them. And a lot of the buildings in town were made from those bricks.
Well, that'll do it for this episode of Hometown History in Elk Point, South Dakota. Up next, we head to Peterson, Iowa, where we'll have much more about the historic landmarks within the small Iowa town. In Elk Point, South Dakota, Clayton Anderson, KTIV News 4.